Hey there, beautiful! Electricity! Whoa. You're back! I guess I didn't kill you, but seriously? I'm trying to have a battle with a Kraken and you're here? That makes this very awkward, I hope you know. I'll get both of you! Or just you, because the Kraken decided to be smart and hang back a bit. Electricity! How much of electricity do you need? Oh, I needed that invulnerability frame for a moment. Zapping a Kraken! Uh-oh. Don't hurt me! Ah. Yeah! Ooh! You know, that's like the third sea monster I impaled. In the head, specifically. Oh! See, I have no idea why that doesn't work on a lot of things. Oh my. Oh, so am I good or am I good?
You shame, Sparta, Oathbreaker.
The eyes of truth will destroy you. What now?
You are not fit.
What Oh, shut up.
I lost everything because of you.
I don't even like Kratos! Oh, you should not have done that. Bad move.
They were not there by chance, Kratos.
I don't even really know who you are. That was one. That's two.
You want truth, but truth will only bring you pain.
So?
My death will not free you from this madness.
I didn't ask to be freed. And so? Are you telling me that was the final battle against the Kraken?
I would not have been strong enough to choose your path, Spartan. Orcos. I would have taken what my mother's offered.
I would rather live in truth.
I fear you may come to regret those words. Lord Ares still holds your bond.
This cannot be.
Before you killed them, my mother's once again made me your Oathkeeper. For you to be free, I must die by your hand.
I do not understand.
Well, he kind of labeled it for you.
Do not release me. My father will retain power over you, but even worse, I will live in eternal torture.
I have spilled enough innocent blood.
There is no other way, Spartan. Destroy the Oath. Kill Ares. Have your revenge. I was never the warrior my father wanted me to be. Please, all I ask, give me an honorable death.
With the death of Orcos, the blood oath to Ares was finally broken, and the painful truth rushed back to Kratos' mouth. The truth of the murder he committed, the slaughter of his wife and child, the carnage forged from his relentless ambition, surfaced in perfect clarity, and became the visions that would haunt him all of his days. Now free of the Fury's madness, but still tortured by the truth of his past, Kratos left the only home he'd ever known, and set out to undo all that he had wrought.
And doom the world. And so, God of War Ascension comes to a close. Okay guys, this is where I usually give my opinion of what I felt about the entire game. And I have to say, this was by far the best God of War game, in my opinion, and I am beyond shocked. Everything about this game in the God of War series, this is the best. It has... Okay, where do I even start? Visually, this game is the most impressive, but that's nothing surprising. It's the latest in the series so far. So, it was amazing. The sound, everything came in perfectly audible. I'm not really a music expert, as I've said multiple times before, but everything seemed to fit the scene it was in. So, no comment there. But I will say the voice acting was perfect. I honestly, it's really noticeable a lot of times when the voice actors and the characters don't match, but it seems like a lot of thought was put into this. On top of that, you got, well, the gameplay in general, which, as God of War goes, this is really fun. The inclusion of these strange new weapons, like the stone that allowed me to make a clone, the amulet that allowed me to alter time, and the ability to use the 4 basic elements were amazing. Although they do bring up the amazing point of, why doesn't Kratos use these in other games? Because they didn't do the writing, they didn't do a very good job in the writing portion in how does he lose those powers. You know, because this is a prequel. But I digress. Whatever. Maybe when the Kraken attacks, he loses them for no reason. The design for some of the enemies were brilliant. Although I do wish I understood, like, why they were so... Like, some of the changes were so drastic, like the Gorgon. But then again, that might have been a Lamia, which is another thing in... Or a Naga. That might actually have been a Naga, now that I think about it. Not a Gorgon. Huh. That's something to think about. Because it didn't look a thing like Medusa, which is in God of War 1. Then again, they have had all drastic changes before. On top of that, you got the... I want to say the thing that I love about this game the most is the story. Because it fits in perfectly in the God of War series and affects nothing. Like, Kratos is probably the most heroic here than he has been in any other game. He even saved a dude in this game. He didn't destroy anything, like, okay, he destroyed a lot of things, but he didn't destroy anything on the grand, ultimate scale of reality, like he did with the Sisters of Fate, or killing Death, or, you know, just ending the world in general in God of War 3. He didn't do it. He didn't, like, cause this. He was battling the Furies, who are in Greek mythology and do exactly what they said, and this fits in perfectly before God of War 1. So, it has good story, good visuals, good music. Now, the writing could be better, of course. And it did make me think. But there was nothing I had to look up, so there's that. But then again, that might just be my own intelligence, and I can't really give a game on how difficult a puzzle is, because if I rated a game on... If I tried to rate a game because a puzzle was too hard for me, then, well, that wouldn't be fair. So just because it was easy doesn't really mean it gets a higher rating from me. But I have to say, they were pretty fair. Now, a couple of them, like the conveyor belt with the hot metal pouring on you, that one was pretty mean, and I guess it was, like, transitioning itself to be... like, some of the scenes transitioned way too quickly, like, going from an action scene to a quick time event to a slide to another action event. It did up itself so quickly that I did sometimes get whiplash in going, hey, it's a cutscene. Oh god, it's a quick time event. Oh god, now I'm going down a slide. Oh god, there's a fight. Oh really, this is a big fight. And then, like, I got confused a lot of times. But if you know it's coming, this is a well-paced action game from start to finish, and every single point made me feel like, well, I was, you know, in control of it. The various combos you can do. I never did learn what the... I don't think I checked out what the ice attacks rage... Yeah, what the Ice of Poseidon, which, by the way, I don't know if he actually is controlled over ice. But, really, I never saw that rage attack, but... honestly, this game is going to be the best of the series, in my opinion, so far. And I have raged against this series. I have raged. I mean, I've played it. I will admit, this game is fun. Like, all the God of Wars are fun. But the thing is, story-wise, I always hated them. This one is great. And I can't really give it a poor rating for that. Because this is amazing. This is probably the best, in my opinion, the best game. And honestly, if they keep up the storyline of God of War with Kratos after God of War 3, this is probably going to be the best of the series. That's not saying they can't make a better game. It's just, I have not liked the story of the game since God of War 1. Until this moment. Because it's God of War... it's the PSP games and God of War 2 on that really this story takes like a downturn. Killing just about everything just because it's there. So... and on top of that, there is a multiplayer mode. I don't know if I'm gonna be any good at it, but I might give it a shot later. So, I might throw a live stream for that as well. Any final thoughts I should give? I'm not saying that this is a must-buy, but if you've played God of War, or if you want a game to jump into God of War on, because it's a prequel, it does fit perfectly, and they don't like point at you, hey, you know, God of War 2? You don't need to know the events of God of War 1 for any of this to make sense. Kratos, a guy you don't know, is having to kill people you don't really know but will learn about. That's kind of like how God of War 1 started. That's God of War 2 if you just picked it up, or God of War 3. So, yeah. This is awesome. I'm finding a loss of words right now. Trying to give my final thoughts on this game. But I think I've ranted about it enough, in my opinion. Right now I'm kind of hoping that no one really cared about how long it took me to solve some of these puzzles. Because yes, I know I'm a little slow on some puzzles, and like that one with the eyes, getting the beams in there. Like, getting the beams to the eyes. Yeah, that one took me way too long, so I hope no one really got too angry at me for that. Yeah. I guess... oh, well... I guess without further ado, I'll give my final rating for this game. God of War Ascension gets Quasar rating of 8.5 out of 10. It is by far the best, but has a couple of hiccups. I am that kind of guy. I'm just saying, it didn't stick with me like most games do, not most games, like some games do. I'm not going to remember this game in, say, a year. It's not gonna, like, hold my interest as one of the greatest games I've ever played. It is just the greatest God of War game I have ever played. And I hope people can agree with me on that. I mean, I died my fair share of times, so I don't know how I do on the upper difficulty. And maybe there are some extras, like there are in God of War 1, 2, 3. Maybe the multiplayer has more. I mean, what if the multiplayer has a cooperative mode? I may have to ask someone to play it with me. Huh. That would be weird. Never really done a Let's Play where two guys had the same game yet. I have played with other people online, I can say that. I just haven't really done a Let's Play that way. I've tried, failed. And I have been a co-host a couple times. But I don't know. And finally, we know that our passion for excellence affects our family, friends, and loved one, and we consider them an immeasurable part of our success. Without their love, support, and understanding, this game would not be possible. From the God of War team, special heart... Oh, I was even reading that fast. Congratulations, Warrior. You have completed God of War Ascension, and you have unlocked the Titan difficulty, and can now access New Game Plus. Honestly, I might just slap in my HDMI cable pretty soon and play this game on 1080p. Because I had to record this whole thing on 480p, I believe. So, that appears to be it. Did I get any extras? Nope, just videos and credits. Alright then. Maybe next time we'll check out some of the multiplayer. That might be fun. So, until then, this has been your host, Quasar, signing out.